That's right, we're back, and yes, I do have a new chair.
I have a chair.
That's right, folks, the Miata is getting torn down. Not that it needs it. Well, yes, it does need it. It is a 20-year-old car. Laguna Seca is a dream track of mine, and David is already going to be on his way there, and I'd like to join him with the Miata in tow. It is a dream track of mine, one of my favorites, and I would love to have my Miata up to snuff to really, really enjoy that track. So the plan for today is we're going to get the car up in the air, and by in the air, I mean high enough for me to crawl underneath it. We're gonna drain the fluids, pull this engine out, and inspect and see what we got and find a plan forward from there. Let's get into it.
Start getting this hood off.
Alright, so I don't have the tools to evacuate the refrigerant system, the AC. What the f? Okay, so I don't have the tools to evacuate the AC system, so what I'm going to do is try to keep the system all together and swing the compressor and the condenser all out of the way. This is how I do it on my S4s. However, those cars are built to be done that way when you put them in service mode. I don't know if the Miatas are the same way. But I don't see why we couldn't at least try. Additionally, we're going to go ahead and remove the power steering pump at the same time. One, to get it out of the way, and two, this is not going to be going back on because we will be doing a power steering delete on this car. Oh yeah, that is a lot of power steering fluid. Definitely pays off to have these specialty tools for removing hoses. Definitely some of the hose clamp pliers. Like this, the actual hose pliers, which is the round ones made to grab around the hose and pull it off instead of destroying it. And it's also good to have a set of picks so you can get in between there and break the seal loose. You know, they do get baked on there after a while. Tell you what, I've got a tool for this. A very nice tool that's a friend of the show, David Bruner, bought for me one Christmas. Let me go grab it. Yes. Okay, AC is out of the way. Got a lot more access now. So I think the next steps, I'm actually not gonna be able to finish this today. I gotta get a fuel disconnect line because we've got these weird quick disconnects, a little different than what I'm used to. So we'll pick that up tomorrow, and then we're gonna disconnect the exhaust, unbolt the engine mounts, and this thing should be ready to lift out. All right guys, we're back. It's a new day, new tools, new t-shirts. I got the fuel disconnect tool that I needed, so we're gonna go ahead and try to get these fuel lines off. And then the last thing we're gonna have to do is go inside the car, unbolt the shifter assembly, go underneath, get the drive shaft and the engine mounts removed, and we should be ready to lift this thing out. So let's just get into it. There we go. Engine mount. Doo-doo-doo. Drive shaft. Man, PPF looking dummy thick. Status update. Got the exhaust unbolted, the PPF unbolted from the trans. It doesn't look like I'll have to undo the drive shaft. I think because it's just a spline fit on the front where the transmission is, I think I can just pull it straight out, which would save me a lot of time instead of having to undo the exhaust and all the bracing to drop the drive shaft out. Okay, so everything's ready to pull out. Well, let me rephrase that. Now comes the part where I try to lift it out and I find the 50 things that I forgot, or in this case didn't know about, because again, I'm new to this. Now we've got some lifting points here and here, and we want to make sure we're using those. I highly advise against using things like straps to lift. I've used bolts in the past, which still I'm not a huge fan of, especially because they weren't like really the best size for this. So instead I went to Advanced Auto Parts and I picked up some quick links. So we're going to be using these instead. Well, I'm getting pulled into the front of the car. That's not good. So I think we're gonna pull up the front bumper. Okay. Already caught on something here. Something popped. That would be my drive shaft. And it's leaking gear oil everywhere. You know, I should have known this was gonna happen. That's all transmission fluid. I should have known that whenever that drive shaft comes out, it's gonna leak everywhere. I should have known. I should have known, but I forgot because I am an idiot. This car is gonna get lowered down because there is no way that I'm getting that over the front of this car. All right, well, the engine and trans are officially out of the car, and I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. I am out of time for today, but next episode, we will be taking this thing apart, putting it on the engine stand, and discussing our plan moving forward. So I hope to see you there. Peace.